and seeing like how passionate other people were about it too, which is really like, alright, I'm not the only one that's like crazy. My name is Peter Mullin, and I've always been a big fan of shoes. At first, I mean, they weren't anything special. They're really bad. But every once in a while, I'd wear a pair out and get a couple of looks, and people would ask about them. I started finding random paints around my house and pretty much finding old shoes of my brother's or mine that didn't fit anymore, and just kind of started painting them. It's the worst feeling when you get a really special pair of shoes and then you see another person with them on. So I think that's what really started off me wanting to kind of have a special shoe or a special thing that I wouldn't see when I would go out. Probably more towards 8th grade is when I really kind of got into it. I would go home after school, I'd paint and paint.
You know, there's times where we'd come home and there'd be shoes lined up on the fireplace. It's like most people have a vase with flowers.
The first pair was a pair of like size 14 Air Force Ones, the big shoes, and I painted them like probably 7 or 8 different colors. I sold them for I think 22 bucks, and it was like the best day of my life.
I was shocked that people were, you know, wanted gym shoes that were basically painted or, you know, had some kind of pattern pattern on them.
Probably like towards the end of 8th grade is when I was probably selling like 5 to 6 pairs a week. That's when I was like, all right, I'm gonna roll with this. Like, I can do school, I can do this, I don't have to get a job. You know, this is my way of income for the time, so. I was known as the shoe guy, really kind of learning about the whole history of Jordans and Nike Dunks. I came up with the game plan, you know, like, oh, it'd be pretty cool to pretty much have a huge collection of all limited special shoes. I have like just over 225 pairs of shoes. A lot of them are like my babies, a lot of them are brand new in box.
I mean, his bedroom has become his easel.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's part of, you know, process for him. And that's where his creativity comes in. You don't see too many bedrooms that are like that.
Something he's interested in, it's not a bad thing, you know, and we supported it because it was like a hobby. We didn't know it was going to take off.
The name's actually kind of funny how it started. I was in grade school. I played like professionally with my older brother and 2 of his college roommates on a Halo team. And our Halo team was just OPC. And it stands for Oak Park, Orland Park, and Chicago. That's where our 4 members of our team are from. Thinking one day, like freshman year, like, all right, what's a good name? What's a good name? And I'm in my room and there's just OPC like written everywhere. And it's like, oh wow, like Oak Park, which is my hometown, and then Customs, which is the work I'm doing, and then just Kicks at the end. Seems like that would work nice.
We've had other parents come up to us and say, we'll invest in Pete's business. So as parents, we were just like, wow, this is probably bigger than we realize it is, if other people are seeing what it's growing into.
I started selling shoes, and probably selling about like 30 to 50 pairs of shoes a month. That's when I was like, all right, you know, I'm gonna start trying to do some clothing. I made tank tops, and it just had OPC Kicks on it, the 3 and some other stuff. And on the back, it had the number 3 and woof tits, and it's literally woof tits. It's like a goofy word that me and my friends started saying, but it would be used around the school, just like, oh, like good luck on your game, like woof tits, or like, oh, I just killed my test, like woof tits. And I ended up getting these tank tops made for Lollapalooza. I like turned the street at Lolla, like was at a concession stand or something, and like turned around and saw just red. saw this huge group of red. Then you would hear like the wolf tits get yelled out by random people. Some kids I didn't even know who were just like, Peter, like, oh yeah, like OPC. I'm just like, yeah, like rock on. This is awesome. Wolf Tits has always been like a part of kind of the branding, I guess, and it just goes with just having like the fun kind of funkiness to the whole thing. My room right now with all the shoes, that's like my bank account. That's like what I would be able to start a store with if I wanted to. Building a brand and working on shirt designs.
Going through it as a family, you don't realize how successful the person is. You really don't. You're just kind of rolling with it a little bit. So as parents, you're just kind of a part of it.
So I've worked for myself my whole life pretty much, and pretty much made my own money from doing what I like, and that's probably the best part. So just keep on doing that, and it's only been getting better and better so far.